Hello there. My name is Kia Malisopo and you are welcome to the Ishiwi Podcast. Today I am joined by Gift and Sula as we're going to be discussing the youth policy. What is it about? What opportunities are there for young people? Stay tuned as we dive into the conversation. Yeah, welcome to the Ishiwi Podcast, guys.
Thank you.
So let me start with you, Gift. Can you please highlight for us what the youth policy is all about and what its goals are for the young people of Zambia?
Okay, so the youth policy focuses on empowering the youths of Zambia in participation of the skill development, education, and their health.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Let me bring you in, Suda. Okay. So, how does the youth policy bring about solutions for the young people, or rather, let me say, what opportunities are there for the young people in the youth policy?
I feel like to begin with, the youth policy is all about youth and ensuring that youth are engaged in most of the activities. I think he highlighted the fact that it looks at education, employment, empowerment, leadership, name it all. But we have seen the past few years, I would say past few months, the government engaging youth quite often, and they have come up with solutions. There are certain areas where we can question if there are actually solutions when it comes to employment. But when it comes to sectors like education, we can see that there are certain solutions that have been put in place and they're actually thriving. So I would say there are opportunities in some of the policy segments, but there are also some lacunas that need to be looked at.
All right.
Yes.
That's quite interesting. So let me come back to you, Gift. What does the youth policy, the 2024 youth policy, say about young people shaping their futures? So how is it putting together these solutions to ensure that young people's futures are shaped?
Okay, thank you. So it focuses and talks about the part of young people having participation in the decision making processes, and it brings them aboard. It has got that capacity of having creating a platform for young people to actually take part in all affairs that are happening. Not only that, but it also brings about the thing of participation of young people creating their own in the society, their own forums in the society that can help them in putting and adding up something towards the leadership and towards the forums of.
I like that. It's what I like what you said where you said it is putting young people there. It's quite interesting. Yeah, and let me make a little bit interesting. Marrying our past experience and our current situation in Zambia as a young people, is there anything about the youth policy that you would want to change? And if yes, what is it?
I'm not criticizing.
Okay.
I will give the government the credit when it comes to some of the implemented policies, such as sustainable development. I think that is something that we're constantly discussing, and that is something that we are seeing. But I feel like even though they are saying we are engaged, there's little knowledge about it. And for me, the only thing I would change is the way we bring out the policies, the awareness part. I feel like the policy is there, yes. The policy is being implemented, yes. But the question is, do the people that we are implementing these policies for understand and know how it applies to them? That is where the issue comes in. So I think there's nothing to change when it comes to the whole policy, but the narrative is what should be changed. And if I had the chance, that is something that I would like to change.
I like that. Well, we changed the narrative of the youth policies.
The policies are right. I mean, it's looking at every aspect and every area of the youth. It talks about health. It talks about employment. It talks about leadership, because they understand that we are the future leaders. And it also talks about education. So all those things are catered for. But then we do not understand how it applies to us, and I feel like those are the things that we should look into.
All right, that's
Yeah.
quite interesting. Now, even as we are coming to the end of our podcast, Gift, what's your word to the young people out there on this youth policy? What is your advice to the young people?
Okay. So, in as much as there has been this youth policy being brought about, one thing that I actually noticed is the implementation is where the problem is. So they'll bring up this and they do still remain as a document file in there.
Yeah.
But the part is the implementation, and everybody has got a part to play. And this is one of the things that even the youths have to do. In as much as the government is bringing up all this,
Yeah.
there is a part that even as youths have to play in
Yeah.
that. There is a part of gaining necessary skills. There's a part of gaining relevant kind of things that are needed to actually have things beginning to work. The implemented things beginning to actually take form. So everybody has got a part to play. It's not only on the part of the government, but even on the part of the youth. They've got a part to play in everything coming to action.
All right, that's really nice. What advice do you have for the youths out there?
Okay, I would go the whole day just giving advice, but I'm going to wrap it up. I think basically, I would advise youth to take interest in these activities. We cannot just sit down and scroll through our phones and
true.
complain about things that we actually don't know about. Because when we understand what's on the ground, it's easy to hold the government accountable for their actions. So I think for me, it all comes down to us participating, us understanding these policies. It's not just a document that is supposed to be in a government office. No. It is something that should be on our palms. And the government are here for us. The government exists because of us. So if we sit down and just watch them and feel like they're not, then there's nothing happening. So we need to take our responsibility, and like he said, we need to take part in these activities for us to actually see all these things actualize in our day-to-day lives, and let's hold them accountable, please.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. I've really enjoyed this conversation. It's been engaging and quite interesting with so much that you guys had to say. So I hope you guys also enjoyed the conversation as much as I did. Thank you so much for tuning in. Ensure that you follow us on our socials. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok with the handle Ishiwi. Thank you so much once again, and let us continue voicing out loud.
Ishiwi, my voice.